So, have you ever found yourself complaining about how expensive things are? It's a very normal thing, and it is a really great way to limit our prosperity. So, if you're willing to knock that off, taking full responsibility for your own well-being, even though I complain about how expensive things are, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I complain about how expensive things are, I choose to love and honor myself anyway. Even though I complain about how expensive things are. And what I'm basically saying is that I don't have enough money, and I'm upset that the universe isn't accommodating me. And even though I complain about how expensive things are, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe all the people who taught me to do this. This need to complain about how expensive things are. All this need to complain about how expensive things are. There are so many things that cost too much, according to my beliefs. How much something costs is pretty subjective, and it's always changing. There are a lot of things I pay more for now than I used to. And I may not even notice. And some things are just too expensive. And I feel like I'm getting ripped off. And that makes me angry. But that's my perception. Other people may be paying the same amount and feel it's totally worth it. Maybe they have more money than I do. All the ways that I limit my abundance. All the reasons I limit my abundance. And then ask the universe to accommodate that limitation. And I complain when it doesn't. And how's that working for me? Can I complain about something enough to make it better? All this hope that if I am miserable enough, people will take pity on me and lower their price. And how often does that happen? I can either decide that it's worth it and buy it, I can see if there's a way to ethically negotiate the price, or I can decide it's not worth it to me and not give it any more energy. I'm so afraid of the money that it will waste. I'm not even thinking about the energy that's being wasted. Because complaining is pretty much a waste of my energy. So I'm clearing the need to do that. But I've been taught to do that all my life. I've especially been taught to complain about how much things cost. And I'm clearing the need to do that. Because that hurts me in so many ways. I'm reaffirming lack. And I may be limiting what I charge. If I complain about how expensive other things are, I may sell my own gifts and talents short. For fear that other people will complain about how expensive they are. Or I may expect that other people will complain. And I limit how many clients I might get, how many sales I might make. When I'm giving energy to complaining about how expensive things are, I'm limiting my abundance. And that doesn't mean I should be happy about being ripped off. I get to decide if it's worth it to me. And if not, I can just let it go. And sometimes there are things that I can do to change how much things cost, to negotiate a fee that feels more reasonable. And I'm clearing this need to get so upset about it. Clearing this need to give it negative energy. Part of me says I have to do that. Because if I don't, I'll just be a pushover. If I don't complain, people will just take advantage of me. But even if people are taking advantage of me, they're not going to stop because I'm complaining. And even if that might have worked in the past, it probably came at an emotional cost. I choose to allow more abundance so that I feel much more comfortable that I can pay for what I want. The universe has plenty of abundance. It can afford the things that I want. I'm allowing the flow. Allowing myself to see what I really want. And trusting that I can afford it. As I allow even greater abundance in my life, in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. And hopefully that'll save you some time and energy in your life. Thanks.